Daniela Elser has suggested Meghan's name being announced before her husband's at a recent public engagement, and the fact the Duchess is doing more and more without her husband proves that what was once a buy one get one free pairing is now exclusively Meghan taking control. In an article for news.com.au, Ms. Elser said, having been unapologetically upfront about his feelings about the press and life in the spotlight, the thought of melting a tad into the background to focus on his career, family, and looking to the family TMS now worldwide famous hens would be quite reasonable. However, that doesn't change the fact that Team Sussex appears to be morphing into Team Meghan. She added, Harry appears to be disappearing from view. Speaking to the US presenter, she said, someone told Harry, and I that when you have one kid it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting. Suddenly we realized, oh right, everyone talks about what it's like for the second child, but no one talks about the adjustment for the first child when the second one comes along. I think they have that moment of, oh, this is fun, oh, this is how it is now. She also took part in a series of pranks in front of unsuspecting market stall vendors. The Duchess used a hidden earpiece to take instructions from Ms. DeGeneres, including singing a made-up song I'm a kitten, meow, 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 while wearing leopard print cat ears. She told one vendor selling hot sauce, let mummy taste some, adding, my boo loves hot sauce. One critic wrote on Twitter, now is definitely the time to strip Meghan of her royal title on the grounds that she is not acting appropriately in public to carry the title that represents the royal family. While another said, Meghan Markle is using her royal title and making a mockery of British royalty. However, others supported the royals' appearance on the show. Emily Andrews, a royal journalist and commentator, said Meghan's behavior was so royal on the show, as she used the television slot to highlight charitable work and put the limelight and spotlight on ordinary people. The 40-year-old royal has recently been campaigning for paid parental leave, writing a controversial letter to Congress lobbying them for the policy. Meanwhile, the Queen has been praised for her strength and statesmanship for pushing on despite her health issues. Speaking about her decision not to retire, columnist and former Spiked editor Brendan O.T.M. Neal said that the Queen has a very rare sense of duty and loyalty. Speaking to Australian Sky News, he said, the Queen's 95 and she is already back at work. When no one in the world would blame her for finally retiring. He also compared the Queen with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, hitting out at the couple who he claimed flounced off to America. The commentator said, she does have a sense of duty, she probably will keep going to the very end. That's very rare these days, as we've seen from Prince Harry, who's flounced off to America, because he was treated allegedly unfairly by some members of the royal family. It's very rare, that sense of duty, but the Queen definitely has it. Ellen in her ear, Meghan said I have healing powers as she touched several crystals at the market. After placing the crystal down, she looked at the hot sauces and said, Mama loves hot sauce. Meghan went on to try the sauces and ate it like a chipmunk, saying, Mama wants some heat. She was seen drinking some of the hot sauces out of a baby bottle in the stunt as stunned onlookers stared on. Elsewhere, Meghan teased adorable new images of her son, Archie. Donning adorable yellow boots, Archie is dressed casually in blue jeans and a grey long-sleeved t-shirt. The couples were dressed up incognito in post-apocalyptic costumes. You got to go to a Halloween party. Meghan said, we did. He came to see me in Toronto, and our friends and his cousin Eugenie, and how her husband Jack, they came as well. The 4 of us snuck out in Halloween costumes to just have one fun night out on the town before it was out in the world that we were a couple. Ellen asked, so you went with Harry to a Halloween party and they had no idea it was the 2 of you? Meghan stated, no. It was a post-apocalypse theme, so we had all these very bizarre costumes on. We were able to just have one final fun night out. The conversation then turned to Halloween this year for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Ellen said, we kept saying this Halloween, this is your chance, you can go out and dress up. But you chose to stay home this year. Meghan added, "We stayed home. We wanted to do something fun for the kids, but they were not into it at all. Archie was a dinosaur for maybe 5 minutes. Lily was a skunk." Meghan Markle and Prince Harry enjoyed 5 months of dating in secret before the news broke. They stepped down as senior royals in 2020, and relocated their family to California. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex settled in Montecito with their son Archie Harrison earlier this year, and later welcomed their daughter, Lilibet Diana, in June. Minzer said, "I think we have a very different impression of Meghan on this side of the Atlantic. We admire the fact she's been incredibly outspoken about issues of gender, of race, of family. Right now, she's been very vocal about paid family leave, which is a very real issue in the US. She and Harry have made appearances on behalf of veterans here in the US." She continued, "They're greatly admired, they're considered very savvy and charismatic, very good at talking with the press, obviously. But also very caring. Their philanthropic work is something they seem to care a great deal about. They speak on behalf of issues that benefit from their platform." Ms. Minzer was discussing Meghan's upcoming appearance in the Ellen DeGeneres show later this week, during which the Duchess discussed the struggles she faced in her early acting career. The US commentator said, "This isn't her first time at the rodeo. She knows how to have these kinds of conversations, how to be bubbly, how to talk about issues she cares about, but also be very much a regular person and tell stories like that where she drove a junker like so many other people in the world. It's great to see also because her previous appearances over the last year have been quite painful, and she's been talking about a lot of issues that are important but also that would cause anybody a great deal of pain. The racism, the misogyny, and so on. So just to see her here, happy, bubbly, is such a terrific treat." Meghan will be appearing on The Ellen Show on Thursday, 8 months after the Duchess appeared in a controversial sit-down with Oprah Winfrey which left the royal family in crisis. Ellen DeGeneres, who is a friend of the couple and lives near the Sussexes in Montecito, asked what Prince Harry loves about California. Meghan replied, "We're just happy." DeGeneres said of the Sussexes' 5-month-old daughter, "Lily's now teething." Meghan put her hands to her mouth, saying anything to relieve that. Speaking on Sunrise, the panel discussed Meghan's latest battle with Associated Newspapers and its appeal process. The presenters remarked a lot of dirty laundry was being aired, with Ms. Mollard invited to give the lowdown on events. She told the program, "Look, I think that there's a massive twist. I mean, some commentators are saying that this is really the end of Meghan's credibility." Radio presenter Christo Forfas appeared on Jeremy Vine on 5 and argued the Sussexes are allegedly losing their credibility day after day. Ms. Mollard continued, "So what's happened is we know that Mail on Sunday has challenged the court ruling that they breached her privacy. There's new text messages between her and her former communications secretary which show 2 things. One, that she contributed to the Finding Freedom book, and secondly that she asked her communications secretary to help her write the letter she wrote to her father, which is the basis of this case." Ms. Mollard added Meghan was concerned the letter would be leaked, so edited the language used to pull at the heartstrings if made public. The Australian reporter said it was very manipulative to write to her father knowing it may be made public. Ms. Mollard theorized Meghan TMS ratings were likely very low at the moment, and said it was not what the Queen would like to see as she rests due to health issues. Women's rights activist Dr. Shola Mos-Shogbamimu defended Meghan, and said it made zero difference to the privacy claim that she won. Writing in The Independent, she said, "The question in the latest faux outrage about Meghan is not whether she loses credibility for not informing the High Court that her former Comms Secretary, Jason Knauf, provided some information for the unauthorized biography, Finding Freedom, to authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand, with her knowledge. No, the only question is whether this would have made a difference to the outcome of the privacy claim she won against Associated Newspapers Limited, publisher of the Mail on Sunday. The fact is it should make zero difference. Associated newspapers launched an appeal against the High Court TMS summary judgment on Meghan Markle TMS privacy case against them. It meant the case did not go to full trial, which would have allowed the publishers to get into the nuances of their case. However, during their appeal process, a former aide to the Sussexes, Jason Knauf, testified that he was given permission to brief the authors of Finding Freedom. The Sussexes have repeatedly stated they had nothing to do with the book and have tried to distance themselves from it. Mr. Knauf also showed messages which saw Meghan asking if she should edit her language in a letter written to her father, expecting it to be leaked. Associated newspapers claim Meghan wrote the letter accepting the public would read it and therefore had no issue of it being made public. Meghan apologized to the court following the testimony and claims she forgot about briefing her staff.